What's good, fight fans? It's Ash's Corner. Shout out to the LDBC. Shout out to everybody doing that real and true boxing talk. No clickbait. Now, this fight is tonight. I think it's going to be a pretty good fight. Okay? The fight will be on ESPN and ESPN Plus at today, December 8th. With the undercard starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And this fight probably happened a little after 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. And it's going to be at the Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden. Okay. Lomo said his main focus is just unifying the titles and, becoming undisputed. And he couldn't do it at 126, I think is what he started, 130 or 130. So he's going to try to do it right now at 135, saying that he already holds the WBA belt. He will be challenging Pedraza, who is the newly signed top-ranked fighter. So Jose Pedraza is a top-ranked fighter now. He has the WBO title. So whoever wins this fight will be the sole owner of the WBO and the WBA title at 135 pounds. And, everybody knows Lomo's a great fighter. He's a great technical fighter. And he's really good for the sport as far as his boxing IQ goes. So, I kind of think this is going to be a good fight. Like, everybody's counting Pedraza out just because he's fighting Lomo, mostly, But Pedraza is very confident that he can beat Lomo. Very confident. And I mean, of course, every fighter is confident that they're going to win, but he's very confident, Seriously. He says, and I quote, "Technically speaking, he has never faced a fighter like me." Speaking of Lomo, never faced a fighter like Pedraza. "The fans can expect an even more focused and intelligent Jose Pedraza in the ring. On that night, I will show all my skills." And Pedraza, you're going to need all your skills to even stand up to Lomo. If this man doesn't quit, this is going to be a good fight. I'm trying to tell you, the fight is not going to be totally one-sided. I think Pedraza is going to have moments in that fight. He will have moments. I'm not saying he's going to beat Lomo, but I'm saying he's going to have moments in this fight. But anything's possible. Anything is possible. All right. I think personally, Pedraza has grown since he fought Tank last year. Okay, in 2017. His fight against Ray Beltran, that's not even the same person who fought Tank. It's two totally, like, he stood in front of Tank. He fought Tank's fight. You know what I'm saying? I think it was some type of ego thing, or he was trying to get in Tank head, or maybe he was weight drained. I really don't know. But that man that fought Tank and the man that fought Ray Beltran isn't the same fighter. You know what I'm saying? Technically, they didn't fight the same way. They didn't fight the same fight. Pedraza used angles. He used speed. He was in and out in front of Ray Beltran. If he did that to Tank, the fight wouldn't have went the exact same way it did. You know what I mean? It was a great fight in between him and Tank. But this isn't the same guy, ladies and gentlemen. But, this is the way he fought Ray Beltran is his fight. That's the way he fights. But, I expect to see, a better fighter tonight, than I did, last year when that fight took place. In my honest opinion, Pedraza has similar skills as Loma. They have similar skills. Not the same skills. It's not exactly the same, but they're similar. Jose's footwork is above average. Okay? It's above average. Alright, it's pretty damn good. It's not as good as Loma's, but it's good. Alright? He has good speed, and he isn't very fast, but he isn't slow either. Okay, he uses angles as well. Loma is better at all of these things. Okay, but Jose does have these weapons in his arsenal as well. Okay, um, and Jose Pedraza puts his punches together well, and he's very accurate. That's where his name comes from, the sniper. He's a very accurate fighter. Um, the Ray Beltran fight, that's the fight I'm going off. I'm not gonna go off the fight that happened last year, and then he didn't fight for 12 months, and then he fought Ray Belt. I'm not going off of that. I'm going off of Ray Beltran fight, which was his last fight, how he got his title, how he got to be in the spot to fight Lomo in the first place. I'm going off his last fight. I'm going off what's recent. Now, during the interview, I think it was with ESPN, um, Loma was asked about his shoulder, okay? And, he talked about his camp, saying that he said it was a very interesting camp. He had very hard sparring sessions, and it was good preparation for the fight. He said, and I quote, "I used all of my punches, and I think it will be the same as before the surgery. I am 100%. I feel good." So anybody that is thinking, Pedraza might have a chance solely because of the shoulder injury, he said he's healed all the way up, and I gotta commend him for that, because his surgery and his shoulder injury is very real. Okay, and he took care of it, didn't make excuses. He sat out, let it heal, came back, and didn't take a bunch of soft touches. He came back, and he's fighting Pedraza. I believe it was said that he hurt his shoulder during the second round of the Linares fight, popped it back into place, and continued to fight. And that shows grit as well. I just don't think this fight is going to be hands down. Like, it can be hands down as far as, Loma winning every round. But I think Pedraza is going to touch Loma. You know what I'm saying? He is a rangy, he can be a rangy fighter. I just don't like the game plan. I think Jose Pedraza's game plan is to keep him off you. He gets in, and that's when he works. And that's true. But when he does get in, because we're talking about Loma here, his feet's fast. He got quick feet. I don't think you're going to be able to keep him on the outside the entire fight. So hopefully he did something to train and be prepared for when Lomo do get on the inside. But the way you can hurt Lomo, or the way he got put down, is because Linares was punching while Lomo was punching. You have to punch at the same time as Lomo to really touch him. You can't be scared either. And you got to be accurate. Usually when people do this, they don't hit him. They don't hit Lomo, because Lomo already hit him like 3 times in the face. When they load up to throw that punch, they miss it. Whatever, if Lomo's throwing a quick 3-punch combination, you throw a quick 2 or 3-punch combination. Don't load up and try to hit him in the middle of the shit. Don't do that. That's not going to work. That shit is not going to work. Pedraza needs to throw punches when Lomo is throwing punches. Pedraza need to throw 150 punches if need be every round to keep a glove in Lomo's face. Lomo needs to be him to beat Pedraza. He just need to be him. But Pedraza got work in front of him. It's not, and his keeping him out on the outside it's not gonna work, man. Even if he's successful in doing that for the first 3 or 4 rounds, Loma's not gonna let you keep doing that shit. I'm telling you, he's gonna get inside, and he will get inside. So hopefully, Pedraza practice that. I think Pedraza. Matter of fact, let me tell you the specs on both fighters. All right, Lomachenko is 11-1 with 9 knockouts. He has 103 rounds under his belt. He has a knockout rate of 75%. He's 30 years old, 5'7", with a 65.5-inch reach. He's a southpaw from the Ukraine. Of course, he's a WBA champion. Now, Pedraza is 25-1 with 12 KOs. He's fought for 179 rounds. His knockout percentage is 46%. He's 29 years old, 5'8", with a 71-inch reach from Puerto Rico, and he's the WBO now newly signed top-ranked fighter. Now, 1 inch in height. People always talk about his height. His height is it's only 1 inch difference in height, but the reach, cousin, the reach is 5.5 inches. So I understand why Pedraza said I'm gonna keep him on the outside, keep him on the inside, and he very well can do that. For a good 5 rounds of 12. I'm not saying it's going to be the first 5 rounds, but it's possible he can do that. But I don't think you're going to be able to do that for 12 rounds, buddy. Regardless of how long your punch is, man. All you need to do is be slick, slip a punch, duck under, and take a step in. He's in there. He's in there. He's inside. So Pedraza, if he wants to keep him on the outside, his feet got to be moving the same time Lomo's feet is moving. They got to be like water together. When his feet move, Pedraza's feet move. I just see that being too hard. He got to fight a perfect fight if that's what he's doing, and that's all he trained for. So hopefully he trained for the inside game, saying that Lomo's reach is 65.5 and his is 71. Geez. But at the same time, bruh, if you get on the inside, you better punch with Lomo or just get caught. All right? But I am going to go with Lomo to win the fight by a possible decision, or the fight could go 10 rounds and with Lomo stopping Pedraza. But that's it, and that's all. I had a lot to say about this fight, but still, always like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.